You're listening to the worst.
The worst.
You're listening to the worst.
Not the best.
All of it is so bad, it's hard to tell which is the worst.
The absolute worst.
And you're listening to the worst of Opie and Anthony.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
It's absolutely awful.
All right, let's get into
All right,
this.
Steve.
Yeah.
When was it? Yesterday? The day before yesterday, I guess, you saw Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, no, I saw it over the weekend.
Over the weekend. It's a lovely song. You went to the movies?
Right.
To see it? See, I don't...
Who'd you go with? Wife.
The wife dragged him.
The beard. And by wife, he means a guy named Robert. Ed.
Who likes to wear skirts to school.
So you went
It's
to
his
see
preference. That's okay.
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
And you said what? About the
It was
movie?
boring.
Can I interrupt here?
Uh-huh.
Because Dan is trying to come in under the radar.
Oh, wait a minute. With a new working disc? Is that what you're trying to switcheroo?
Yeah.
He's trying the old switcheroo?
No, I'm not.
Ow!
Way to go along with the
Yeah,
bit there, Dan. He's one of these martial arts guys.
Yeah.
He just takes the pain. Thank you, Thad. All right,
No, he's
now
just so
we'll
fucking
go back to this
low-key.
later.
Yeah. You said it was boring.
I'm not negating the fact that I understand people want to see it because they're curious about the whole gay cowboy thing. All right,
Cowboys.
I got that part. I understand that.
Ooh, curious.
I know I can't say anything,
See,
so I'm just.
he's just saying what people want to hear.
No, that's not true at all. That
We're
is
just gonna-
absolutely not
We're
true.
just going to pick up on key words
I understand.
during your
You're
review.
just showing off, by the way.
I saw it last night. I saw Brokeback Mountain.
Now,
I didn't go to the movies. mind
Steve
you.
had...
I found a copy on DVD
What, at a
and was
rest
able to watch
area?
it in the comfort of my own home.
he got it from
the
one
comfort
of those...
of my own homo.
he got it off the street from one of those Korean people.
No, it was
Got it at
a
a
great...
rest area.
I don't know. It was some kind of copy that something kept scrolling on the bottom about awards. every hour or so in the movie, something scrolled about property of and for award consideration, and it didn't really distract
the
me
viewing
from the film or anything. But I'll go out on a limb here, and I'll be.
Why would you go
completely
see
honest.
that? Seriously.
Well, I didn't go. I sat.
I mean,
at
why
home.
would you see that?
Because a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people talking
They're
about it.
not.
They kind of are.
They aren't.
It's
Dude, it just won
one
4
of these
Golden Globes.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're talking about
Those
it.
guys are talking about it. How much money did it make at the box office?
don't know. I don't
It's
have
all
the-
It
bullshit
didn't make
hype.
a lot, but it hadn't gone into wide release.
Yeah, exactly. It was only in limited release. It had the potential
Really?
to make
So
a lot
you're
of
telling
money.
me when that goes into wide release across Nebraska, people
Well,
are going to be
no,
lining up
the
to see
Midwest-
gay cowboys?
You're probably right. The Midwest probably have a problem with this.
Right.
But
My only problem is it looks like a boring chick flick,
Thank you.
all right.
Thank you.
I'll give you that.
much like
For-
Spider-Man.
For what is Spider-Man?
They turned Spider-Man into a fucking chick flick.
I don't like that whole love interest thing there. Just
Yes,
kick some ass.
get it out.
Kick some ass, swing around
Get
on
it
a web.
out.
It's character development. It's character development.
But it wasn't a bad movie.
yes, it
It
was.
wasn't a bad movie. For what it was a fine film.
So what is it
I
about?
know-
Once you get past the fact that they're gay, do they
It's
have to
a
bring
dopey love
the,
story.
they got to bring the herd
Take
in?
out the chick, put in another
Exactly.
cock.
Exactly. And that's what makes
And-
it boring.
That's what it is.
We'll
For the-
compare it.
It's
We'll
two
compare
guy-
it to
All right,
Is it like Yuli's Gold?
No, I can't. It's one of these love over 20-year period movies where it starts in 1963. They're up in the mountains on Brokeback Mountain. Brokeback Mountain. They should have called it that. No rubbers. I'm riding him bareback.
1963 now.
Brokeback Mountain. They're like sheep. They gotta mind these sheep for this rancher guy, and they're hanging out, spend a lot of time in tents up in this on Brokeback Mountain, and out of nowhere, out of the fucking blue, the dark-haired guy, what's his name?
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he decides he's gonna pretty much rape this the blonde-haired guy.
He was the bottom, though.
Yeah, I know, but like,
Oh, I see what
he
you're
just
saying.
out of nowhere
Initiates.
initiates
Yeah.
gay sex with this guy without even getting an inkling that he was attracted to him or anything. What?
I'm trying to think.
I don't have the gaydar going. What did I miss?
There was that whole. Remember the scene when Heath Ledger is sort of giving himself a washing, and you see him blurry in the background. That was there for a reason. That was there.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yes,
All right,
exactly.
all
This
right.
is just getting-
Heath Ledger is by the river,
Right.
nude,
Yeah.
and he's washing himself. And Gyllenhaal there, Jake,
Yeah.
is in the
In the
foreground.
bushes?
He's in
Right.
the foreground, and I go. He's gonna take a peek.
Yeah.
He's gonna take a peek, but he didn't take the peek.
He doesn't.
He doesn't take the peek.
But that's there for he's in the presence of naked man, and there's sort of and
Yeah,
it's extended shot.
I understand the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal is the gay guy.
Right.
He's into Heath Ledger.
Right.
But I don't see how he picked up on Heath Ledger being accepting of him grabbing him and trying to make out with him in the tent.
Well, he wasn't accepting. He recoiled.
He
His first
he
instinct
recoiled for 3 seconds,
He
and then he
recoiled
got
right
a
into
cock
a
up the
cock.
guy's ass.
He recoiled
In
right
a
into
minute.
a cock.
He
That's
recoiled. He recoiled. And then the next thing, he's unbuckling his big Western belt buckle and fucking Jake in the ass.
You were watching this?
Of course. I rewound and watched it again and again.
What was the initial period? The one thing I'm trying to figure out: how long were they on Brokeback Mountain initially? Was it for a period of months?
Initially, it was for a season, I guess, like a summer.
3 months.
3 months.
Why
They
did
spent
they
3
call
months
the movie
together.
Brokeback Mountain?
Because
then
that's
they
like the
see-
mountain.
It's like breaking
that they
a
went.
horse.
And then the whole rest of the movie is Heath
get your-
Ledger gets married.
He gets his back blown out.
Broke back. I know. All you can think of is like he gets boned up the ass so hard he broke his back on this mountain.
It has something to do with breaking horses, right?
No,
They're
not
wild
at all.
And crazy.
No.
Killing your
No.
spirit.
The name of the mountain is Brokeback Mountain. It's just the name of the mountain. So they go up there.
The sequel's going to be Ass Rape Valley.
They go up there to do a little of this
Ranching.
sheep herding thing,
Right.
And they hook up. Now, Heath Ledger's engaged to be married, so he comes back after this job is over, gets married, has a couple of kids. This other guy there, Jake, goes back and hooks up with a girl, gets married. I guess very confused. And in the 60s, you're not just running out fagging it up, especially out west like that. So he tries to, fit in, but he's still like more of the homo. Jake Gyllenhaal is a gay guy trying to cover it up by getting married. Heath Ledger is in love with Jake Gyllenhaal, but that's it. There's no,
Right.
he doesn't go hunting around for other guys. He's not looking for ass sex from other guys. He's just in love with this one guy.
He's a relationship guy.
Yeah,
Right.
a relationship guy.
He's a one-man
Jake Gyllenhaal
guy.
Yeah.
needs some cock. Needs
Right.
the cock.
And whether
Heath
it's coming
Ledger
in.
can
Which
be
is the only way to
with
do
a
it.
chick.
You want to limit.
Fine.
You don't want to be a whore.
Right.
Right.
If you
You
got to
be
do
a
it.
one-man guy.
Yeah, if you got to do
Right.
it.
One
correct.
man guy.
There's only one man with that story, and that's how it's going to stay.
So he's like that. And
And he trollops around. He goes to Mexico. He hooks up with other cowboys.
Yeah. But over the years, Heath Ledger's
Trollops.
his marriage breaks down because of this whole thing. Because every so often, every few years, he'll get a postcard from Jake inviting him back to Brokeback Mountain, where they hook up, sit around, which is really hysterical. They sit around a campfire, they drink whiskey, they talk about things. It's like hanging out with your bud.
Right.
Also, because it's just like, hey, what's going on? I don't know, horses and this, that, and they talk about things, and then it's followed up with some ass sex.
Right.
It's just like hanging out,
Wow.
talking with your pal, yet you're fucking him. That's pretty much
That makes
what
it even more creepier because they were both sitting there going like, "Oh my God, they had the biggest sale down in fucking Macy's."
No.
Then you
It
could
is-
see it
That's
coming.
what, right.
But they're sitting there talking about power tools and all
It
that
wasn't.
nowhere.
There was no gay talking, no gay mannerisms aside from
What were they
fucking.
talking about?
It was just talking about anything.
Ranching, getting screwed over by the
ranching.
boss. It was any typical heterosexual conversation. During a
Their
camping
trucks.
trip. Yeah.
Things like that. But then, it was also about, I miss you when you're gone, and I don't know how to quit you. I
Right.
wish I knew how to quit you.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I wish I knew how to quit you. And Heath Ledger, his marriage fails because of this whole thing. The one scene that is just disturbing is Heath Ledger's with his wife in their apartment, and Jake pulls up. It's the first time he's seen him in years. So he runs downstairs to say hi to him. They kind of find this stairwell and just start making out.
Oh, yeah.
Cowboy hats on, and they're making out, and the wife opens the door and looks down and sees her husband now making out with this guy. Her face is priceless.
Yeah, it's
she should win an award for this horrified face she puts on.
She's completely disgusted. It's Michelle Williams, and but it's not affectionate.
And the marriage is over right there. At that point, that is
Now,
it.
is the making out
over.
real, or is it movie
Dude,
making out?
it is making out where they pull apart and there is spit between their two lips making out.
What were these
like,
guys thinking?
They're
they would
thinking
do
Find
that?
a happy place.
Find and I know why Steve didn't really enjoy the movie that much. Because he had a very small part right at the beginning, and you must have been cut out of the rest.
That was exactly it. Thank you.
Heath Ledger's walking through the woods. Oh, big bear comes out of nowhere. He runs away, and Steve's part was. I go, look, Steve's in the movie.
That's it. I was bitter at
But-
Ang for cutting me.
And then it takes you from 1963 up until, I guess, the early 80s.
20 years.
Yeah,
so,
it's like 20 years or so of this guy trying to deal with the fact that he's in love with a guy, but trying to still, live as a man in Wyoming. And then this other guy who's more gay, but he can't, be out of the closet either. And they both are hooking up every so often.
And since he can't see him all that
Where-
often,
where-
he's
where
got
do they
he hooks up with other people.
Where do they hook up at?
Brokeback Mountain, the title of the feature.
Let's go to Pat in Boston. Pat.
Hey boys,
Hey.
love the movie. I love the part in the treehouse where the guy's like,
Yeah, I was expecting a jeep, jeep, jeep in that tent in the first scene.
I didn't see the end. I just want to know if it ends with a couple of guys in robes and tissues, 80s fags. I don't know.
No, there's no robes or tissues or a little Yorkshire Terrier and some broth.
Let's go to Chris in Pennsylvania. Chris?
Hey, I agree with Steve that movie was totally boring, and I didn't understand the love aspect because those guys, there was very little dialogue. It was just like a perfect relationship if it was a guy and a girl because there's no talking. It was just
No talking. Yeah, there really wasn't a foundation for these guys to be so
Right.
deeply in love with each other.
Other than that, they had to spend a lot of time around each
Yeah,
other
they
on a
spent
mountain.
time around each other, and I guess
And where
that's
was that
enough.
All right, let's go.
I believe it was a mountain called Brokeback Mountain.
Let's go to DJ, Wisconsin. DJ.
Anthony, every finger, every toe, mouse traps.
See, I knew it. What? It wasn't that bad of a movie.
Did you feel
That's all
for any
I'm
of the
saying.
characters?
I choked up at the end a little bit.
Did you?
Anthony?
No.
The customer is always right. That's a paying XM customer.
He can go fuck himself. I'm not.
Craig in D.C. Craig?
Hey,
Hey.
yeah, listen, I just needed to call and defend Steve.
Thank you.
Because I've seen several Ang Lee films. I like the director. I was really disappointed, and this one was fucking long.
Yeah, it just drags on. Even if there was a woman in Gyllenhaal's role and it was just a regular love story, this would have been a slow-moving, boring movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The Hulk had more action in the movie.
You know what?
This one-
He mentions it's an Ang Lee movie, and he's a really, really good director. There was a shot at the beginning of the movie where it's a horizon and the blue sky and clouds, and it was a really nice shot. So I'm watching it with my girlfriend, and I go,
Make sure you say that a lot, by the way.
No, I'm not even saying it for that reason, because she was the smartass in this. I watched it, and I said, wow, that is a really nice shot. And she turned and goes, you fucking faggot.
So, would you recommend this film, Anthony?
I would give it, let's see, how many stars? I'll go with stars instead of these typical thumbs up that everyone
How many
joke
boners?
about. How many boners? You ass.
How many tight shirts?
It was long.
How many
I-
mustaches?
I was how many porno mustaches and pork chop sideburns.
How many chaps?
Assless.
I didn't think it was a bad movie. Between 2 and 3 out of 4 stars.
Hi, this is Jessica Simpson.
Hey, I'm Joey Fatone.
Hey, I'm Hillary Duff.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mariah Carey.
Hey, this is Michelle Branch.
None of those people have ever appeared on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Why don't you die immediately, you fucking